Come on.
All right, guys, welcome back to Too Many Hobbies. As you can see here, we got Spirit on the table, G.I. Joe Classifieds, and long story short, I recently gone down a rabbit hole watching people talk about all their toys from their childhood, and I just ended up going down a rabbit hole, didn't even realize they were back out with G.I. Joe, and started following stuff, and here I am with my first two figures that I ordered after 42 years. One to collect them, two to show my sons how cool things were in the 80s, and just to bring me back, because every time I get one of these things around me, I just feel like a little kid. And what a great feeling it is, even after all these years. I'm sitting here, it was like Christmas coming home from work today, with this stuff sitting on the front doorstep. Couldn't wait to get here and open it up. Feel like I'm 6 and 7 years old again. But anyway, I'm going to do a review of this. I've already taken it out of the package. I'm a little behind the power curve there, but like I said, I just want to share my experiences and my thoughts on these new G.I. Joes that are being released. Obviously, as everyone knows, they're not the 3 3/4 inch, 3 1/4 inch, whatever they were. They're now 6-inch figures, which is pretty cool, a little different for me. But it looks like they have a bunch of more articulation, and after 40-something years, it looks like these guys, in some ways, got some makeovers, and I can't honestly say that I think it's bad in any kind of way. The taller figures are going to be a little bit more to get used to, but definitely awesome. I want to say, first thing off the bat that I noticed is that it seems like the animal characters here, Freedom, I remember back in the day that they were just a solid piece of plastic. And if you look at this one, the head moves, articulates, the wings move, and another set of wings that you can pull off for a different stance, which I think is totally awesome. The other thing I realize is I remember the backpacks always being solid and not all these places like the pistol holster and all the places to hold the knives. I remember maybe a few spots on a few of them there being like that, but so far with Spirit here, absolutely awesome, and the detail on them is pretty awesome. Looks like his face is, maybe he's a little bit older, but I guess after like 42 years, I guess you're supposed to look a little older. But I really don't have any problems with this guy, or should I say Spirit, with the way that they've done this layout on him. Several of the poses are awesome. The wrist turn, very cool. All the arms, all the motion. Seems a little stiff in some of the joints, but probably because it's brand new. Maybe I got a little plastic hung up I'll have to take care of. But the shoulder rotation there, totally impressive. I mean, just awesome. I just had my son down here. He's 12, and he was just admiring this thing with his mouth open. I keep telling him that his toys weren't as cool as my toys from the 80s. And I think he's starting to realize that, but being the modern era and them releasing this toy, definitely the joints and stuff are, I think, definitely a positive reinforcement to this very cool toy line. And anyway, like I said, this is going to be real relaxed. I'm not going to go into too much of it. This guy's been out for a while. You guys know most of it. I'm not going to waste your time, but I really don't see any problems with, like I said, this new character. I kind of did a little bit of my own research before I actually couldn't take it anymore, and I had to order them, and now I got a whole crap load coming. About problems that people had with this, but you know, I honestly can't find anything wrong. Even with the little subtle changes they made here and there. I mean, after 42 years, I don't, maybe some of them are bad, but it could probably use little subtle changes here and there to bring some attraction back to the toy line. What a cool guy this is going to be to sit out on the display. I can't wait to get a case built, figure something out, get a whole bunch of these guys going, and to get them laid out. But anyway, if you're new here to the channel, I do all kinds of things. Like, all I need is another freaking hobby. That's for sure. That's why we call it Too Many Hobbies. You know, I'm into RCs and miniature building and game board playing and miniature war gaming. And now it looks like I'm collecting G.I. Joes at this point. Maybe some old nostalgic toys. But, oh, that's another reason why I went with this new line. Because going down that rabbit hole real quick that I went down, I can't believe how much some of these characters are, and just to get these back in your hands for like 20 bucks. I'm sure a few of them are more expensive than that because the line's been out for a couple years. It looks like I think like 4 or 5 years now. I'm sure some are going to be difficult to get, but I think that's probably a lot easier than trying to get some figures from 1982 where they're 50, 60 and up for a single character that's worn and old. But anyway, hopefully with time, maybe when I'm long gone, my sons will appreciate it and they'll have this to share with their grandchildren. But that's my review of Spirit here. And one last thing I forgot to say, I'll probably get a little bit better with these as we go along. I mean, I think there's close to like 200 of these things. I'll probably have it down eventually. But I started with this one because Spirit, when I was a kid, was one of my favorite characters to go to. And I have to say, after all these years and the subtle changes that they've done to him, I mean, I'm going back through the old memory there. Looks like Spirit to me, and he's still my favorite. But anyway, if you guys haven't, I would greatly appreciate down below. Hit that subscribe button if you're not, for future videos of these. And I'd greatly appreciate it. And leave some comments down below what you think. All right, thanks for watching Too Many Hobbies, guys. And I'll see you next time with the next one. Thanks for watching.